For a long time, I blamed my parents for what happened to me. I felt like the writing was on the wall for a very long time. I was doing things like getting up at 5 in the morning and coming downstairs to mousercise before school. And I don't know if anybody remembers like old school Disney mousercise, but the guy kind of looked like Billy Crystal. He wore a turtleneck and bell bottoms for some reason to work out with children. So like that right there was a problem. I was also stealing packs of Dexatrim out of my mom's purse, like on a regular basis, and nobody noticed. Nobody said boo. And I had a secret stash of Slim Fast in my closet in my bedroom because I wanted to be able to have a shake for breakfast, another for lunch, and then a sensible dinner. But there was a lot of things like this that built up my resentments towards my parents. And, you know, really it was a crazy time. I shouldn't have held it against them. My mother had to go to work full time for the first time because my dad was sick and he was home on disability. So I went from my mom cooking dinner every night to my dad ordering pizza every other night. And the night that it all started was just like a regular weeknight. It was 6 o'clock. I watched Action News. 6:30, it was World News Tonight. 7 o'clock, the Pennsylvania lottery comes on just as our pizza arrives, and I am into my third slice of pizza by the time the Double Jeopardy music starts up. It's like do 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 do, and I feel disgusting because I just dunked like 4 pieces into nasty cheese fries, like yellow rubber cheese, and I'm washing it down with strawberry milkshake, and I feel absolutely disgusted with myself, and I hear do 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 do, and something clicked, and I remembered a few weeks prior, my father and I watched this made-for-TV movie about Princess Di, and there was a scene where Prince Charles was like hovering in the doorway, watching her in horror while she like scarfed all this food down her throat, and I didn't understand like why the long face, Chuck. And my dad, like, I didn't get it. And my dad explained to me, like, she's bulimic. And I was like, well, what does that mean? He said she eats a lot of food and then she throws up. And I was like, oh, that's a shame. And do, 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 do. Oh, my God. It was voluntary. It was, like, genius. It, like, made total sense to me. So I marched up into the bathroom and I got down on my knees and I lifted the toilet seat and I stared at my reflection in the water, and I didn't see like a normal 11-year-old child, which is what I was. I saw a fat, pathetic loser. And I did not eat my sensible dinner that night, so I stuck my finger down my throat, and it was like a waterfall cascading of like pink and red and yellow and carbonation, and I was like, oh, I could get behind this. So I hit the eject button again, and it was like another volcano erupted, and I felt really satisfied, like, wow, that was so easy. So anybody could have come in that night. Like the house that I grew up in, the bathroom door didn't actually have a doorknob on it, so you couldn't like actually close it. You could lock the little latch so it would like be closed-ish. And if anybody really wanted to come in and stop me, they could have done that, and they didn't. And for years, they didn't. When I would come home from school and I would shovel like Hot Pockets and Oreos and pizzas and leftover cheesesteaks, ice cream, bowls of cereal, gallons of milk, and run up to the bathroom and be like ready for dinner in 20 minutes, no problem. And I really like resented my parents for a long time until they actually busted me pre-purge, which was not a good idea on their part. And when I was 19, I went into treatment. For the next 6 years, I was like in and out of treatment where I would have therapy where we also blamed my parents for my problem. And every time I would get out, I would come out with like these new tricks, like anorexia up my sleeve, laxatives under my belt. So I flushed the toilet and I brushed my teeth and I went down in the living room and I sat there like every other night with my dad watching like Law and Order or NYPD Blue or something, and I felt like really giddy inside. Like it was like the night before Christmas for me, except nobody else knew about it, and I felt like I had arrived, and I was like so grateful for Princess Diana. And looking at it, I realized with like that amount of satisfaction, there wasn't much that they would have been able to do if they tried. It was like totally beyond their control. And it wouldn't be for maybe 10 more years that I would realize it was actually beyond my control.